conference to inform the Honorable people of Kitui County that today, the 5th day of April 2023, we are presented to the Clerk of the Assembly a notice of motion for removal of the Speaker of the Assembly, Kevin Kinengo Katisia, by impeachment, in line with Section 11, subsection 3 of the County Government Acts, as well as Standing Orders number 58 of the Kitui County Assembly Standing Orders. For avoidance of doubt, Section 11, Sub-Article 3 of the County Government Act states that 3A, a notice of intention to move a motion for a resolution to remove the Speaker under subsection 1C shall, part A of it, be given in writing to the Clerk of the County Assembly, part B, be signed by at least a third of all members of the County Assembly, and state the grounds for removal as specified in subsection 2. We have therefore presented to the Clerk both the notice of motion as well as the grounds and the facts in support of the motion. We therefore demand the Clerk should notify the Speaker of the notice of motion with immediate effect. We further demand that the Clerk notifies the Speaker that he is suspended from transacting on any matters of the office of Speaker or even accessing the plenary of the Assembly until called upon to come and defend himself. This is the law as laid out in Section 11, subsection 6 of the County Government Acts. We further wish to notify the Clerk that which we are hereby do, that his role in this matter is purely administrative and transmittal. It is not in his place to apply any interpretation or entertain consultation on this matter, except those which are strictly provided for in law. We have taken this drastic and entirely necessary and unavoidable steps in order to save our beloved County Assembly of Kitui from imminent collapse. Over the last 7 months, the Speaker has, through action of omission, commission, and the willful negligence of the law and the fair practices, weakened and undermined the capacity of the County Assembly to perform its constitutional mandates of oversight, legislation, and representation of the people of Kitui. Instead of facilitating the County Assembly, its committees, honorable members, and the staff to do their work, the Speaker has become a veritable distraction and an obstacle of the work of the county, of the work of the Assembly. He has turned the Assembly into a personal enterprise for pursuit of his political ambitions and the financial exploits, and turned honorable members into servants who can only operate through his mercies and favors. The majority of members of the Assembly feel that the Speaker has undermined and destroyed the functionality, credibility of the County Assembly to the extent that it can no longer perform its mandate of legislation, oversight, and representation of the people of Kitui.
Among us, one has surpassed the role of financial planning and management from the County Assembly Service Board, and meant arbitrary and reckless the reckless decisions that have seen the Assembly run into a deficit of Kenya shillings 53 million in just 6 months of this term. He has also emaciated the county assembly committees to extent that they are not able to carry out their oversight work as mandated by the Constitution. 3. County assembly members and the committee can only go out to work or present motions as a favor from the Speaker and not a right to exercise their core mandates. 4. He has undermined the working relationship between the county assembly and the executive through vainglorious acts of grandstanding and chest thumping. 5. He has intimidated the Assembly Service Act. Members of the staff have been harassed and interdicted left, right, and center for petty reasons like missing the call of the Speaker. 6. He has divided members of the Assembly into camps. Camps of the favorites and desirables, and exercised the favoritism and discrimination, including in approval of motions and duty travels. He has also misused properties, vehicles, and finances of the Assembly in his personal activities and those of them, of this is chronicles. The last one, he has also harassed and intimidated members of the press and the press who have tried to access the county assembly. Even through the assembly is a foremost public institution that is created and fully funded by the public. State members. Only a third should sign for the motion to be run. Okay. Right now, as we talk, we are above 45. Yeah, which is almost fast to that.
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is moving. Yeah.
So after filing that motion with the clerk, what would we expect to happen?
We are following the law.
Yes.
After the motion is presented, there is the administrative work of the clerk. The clerk within 5 days, within the 5 days, he needs to notify the clerk. The speaker, sorry. So he has to notify the speaker within 5 days. Then the speaker should respond also within 7 days. He should have responded.
Yeah, and the law is that within that period, the speaker stands suspended from carrying out duties of the speaker. And in addition to that, we don't expect him to set his foot in the presence of the county assembly. Okay.
Starting today?
Starting from the day he gets that notification from the clerk.
Oh, from the clerk.
Okay. And we will be going back to the clerk tomorrow, and even the day after, to confirm that he's actually given that notification, because that is a legal duty to do, and there's no choice other than to do it.
County talk about to represent members si assembly ya Kitui members ila sign a motion ya kuleana na speaker wito Kevin Kinengo Katisia nondo wao tula meya ya mbunge ya Kitui sign a members miongo ina na itano na twana wasiomwe wa twenda twete waliuku katika assembly ito ya Kitui twenda assembly ya Kitui iraniwe kana iongozwe na mayor ya studying orders na mayor ile katika government acts kindu kimwe speaker Kinengo Katisia niwithiwe otenganisha MCAS cia mbunge ya Kitui wethi yakwina nguthu ila ukwendethesia na kwina ala wa mwene utakwenda kuona na utomendea moseo members asakwe ni andu ma ward ni na makwakilisha ward si tofauti kwa utwiva tuongo baba tunenea wasia wa ward situ ila tutongoesie twenda kuya press omunthi matuku 5 kana motion ni kwa clerk of the assembly na ena matuku 5 asa speaker wa assembly na this notice na speaker ena 7 days ni kana respondi na after serve one clerk ndaile ukinithia unyai wake county assembly ya Kitui ni kana withie ni twende na mitalatala elite